we'll start with loading Dustin's truck with the cards. So cards downstairs are the #1 priority. They will we'll get those in there first. JD, do you I would assume there will be extra room in his bed after we put all of those in, correct?
Should be.
How much room do you think there will be?
What are you trying to get in there?
Well, so thinking tomorrow when it comes time to unpack it all.
I think it's... stuff just by sport in a box. When that stuff's done, it's going to go in the cab of his truck in the back.
These are already organized, right?
Correct. Those aren't, but those are $1,000 and more, so we put those all in one box.
Logan, what are we doing right now?
Packing up the boxes that we're taking to the National, all the dollar stuff and everything. Just getting ready for the National real quick. Last second.
We're gonna forget something. I'd rather just get on the road. We'll figure it out.
Well, if anything, my dad and them are coming, maybe.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Brian, Claire just come in. There's a lot of people coming later that can bring us something. Just got on the road, guys. About 10:11 local time. Just excited to be on the road and traveling to the National. Right? We didn't have it last year, and I'd been to the previous 10 in a row. So to be able to be back on the road, heading to this show is just something I've really looked forward to for the last couple months, really. And we've prepared a lot for this, so I'm really, really excited just to see what this show's is really going to be all about.
So, what do you think is going to be hot at the National?
So I think the big thing will be football. I anticipate guys like Kyler and Baker and Josh Allen, Mahomes, a lot of the QB stuff. I think that'll be hot, but next weekend is the Hall of Fame game, so I think football will be hot, but I also think soccer, some of that other fringe sports stuff will be hot. So UFC, F1, soccer, I think there'll be some hockey moving, so I think it'll be a lot of the fringe sports stuff that is popular there.
Alright. What are you looking forward to the most?
Honestly, just being at the show, right? I haven't been to we haven't had the National in 2 years now, so to be able to be back in, just again, if you've never been, you can't really explain what it's like, or it's just hard to understand what it's like. But this show is massive, and to be there and have so many different things to buy, sell, trade, and so many people to talk to, just the environment, it's not something you can replicate anywhere else. So to be able to be there and be wheeling and dealing and just hanging out for an entire week straight, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
So that's a good one. What if you had to choose the top 3 cards that you're looking for? What would be the top 3 cards you're going to look for at the show?
So top 3 things I'm going to look for at the show. That's a good question. I haven't really thought too much about this. I would like to get something cool of Christian Pulisic, bring that back, some cool soccer card. Wouldn't mind a nice Tom Brady card. I think that would be one on my list. And then outside of that, I actually want to pick up a decent F1 card. So maybe a Topps Dynasty, maybe a Chrome Auto. I don't know of who, but maybe just get a card, a card or two of somebody in some F1 driver. That's probably one thing I'll look at, is just grabbing a pretty decent F1 card. So there's probably a lot more I'm not thinking about, but those are some of the 3 that come to mind immediately.
So what do you think trade night will look like?
Crazy.
How many people?
1,100 people show up last time at the same spot. That was before, you know, our social media blew up, before the hobby blew up, before Jimmy's social media blew up. There's really a lot of different things that are going to go into this, but if I had to guess, 2,000 people is probably a realistic guess, is what I would say.
That's a good guess. So, last question. Let's say, what will you anticipate it will be like setting up versus walking around at the show? This is the first year you said you guys are set up, so how do you think that will be?
I'm not really sure. I think it'll be interesting setting up versus walking around. Now, I will still walk around. I just, at the moment, before, you know, without knowing what's going to happen, I would assume I definitely won't walk around as much as I have in the past. So I guess it'll be interesting to see what kind of deals walk up to us. Are we going to be able to, you know, make some purchases? Are we going to be able to make some trades? Or do I got to go through all the boxes and find a bunch of stuff to buy? That's what I don't know is, you know, what kind of deals will come up to you when you have a bunch of stuff. I would anticipate it's a decent amount, but I'll definitely look around some too and go through some value boxes and see some people I haven't seen before. So that's really the biggest unknown for me at this point is it going to be worth it to set up, or does it make more sense to walk around? That's what I don't know, but that's what I'm excited to find out. All right, quick pit stop. It's about 12:30, so we're making good progress, but people are hungry, got to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna stop and get something to eat and then get right back on the road. Nothing better than leaving lunch and getting stopped on the interstate for no idea why, but looks like there's some construction, so hopefully this doesn't throw us off too much so we hit Chicago traffic. That is really what I'm trying to avoid here, is the early morning traffic in Columbus and the late afternoon traffic in Chicago. So I think after stopping after lunch, it puts us there about 4:30 local time. That's what it was right when we left. So at this point, we've been stopped for about 10 minutes now, but hopefully it's not too long. All right, what's going on, guys? We're headed to the National. Excited to be on this trip since we didn't have it last year. It was canceled, so excited to see what this week's got in store. Again, we're gonna be set up in booth 335, so make sure you guys come by and say, hey, fun, long week ahead, but couldn't be more excited to see what's in store.
Check the expressions, I swear lately you can feel it now. I got them stressing, tell them all, I swear I got the answers. Just keep them guessing, yeah. Look, I don't got the time to kick it with you. You don't really see the bigger picture. From the side where they wait for you to fail, then you going.
Yeah, because we're gonna park anyways, it's closer to move them here. We'll move the cars when we're done. Just go get everybody's luggage and bring it in.
Watching for the snake, Bruce Wayne through the city, gotta watch out for the J. 12 trying to keep me cuffed, I don't really do the dates. I've been jugging and finessing, I ain't never had a job. Young and getting to the business, we ain't never had a ride. I don't even gotta say it, they already know the game. Never switching for the fame, mess with changing, I ain't changed. Yeah, I met you if I ever took a L and made it bad. Told the dogs that we gon' get it, it's a fact. They counting on me, I can't let my people down.
Alright guys, that is a wrap on day one. Just had a nice team dinner at Gibson's, and tomorrow and the rest of the week, we will spend all of our time right there, right behind me at the Donald E. Stephens Convention Center, where we will be buying, selling, and trading for the next 5 days. So looking forward to it, looking to see what happens. Just excited to be here and be back in Chicago for the Nationals. So stay tuned, more Nationals vlogs coming soon. Peace, guys.
Ticky, time pawn. You should listen when I'm speaking, wishing for my downfall. Too dismissive, kiss my disses, ayy. I see through the fake, ayy. I don't stay in place, ayy. You should take your chances, ayy. Just don't wet my plate. Bet we here for the taking. I thought I told them be patient. They want the music.